This is the first of a two-parter. The two videos together will take you through the research process in this course, specifically looking at my sources in the research paper module, looking at SIRS, and that's what the first video will be, the two of those things, and then the second video will be using EBSCOhost. So before you do anything else, you'll need to have your computer mirroring mine, having it set one tab to course modules so that the research paper module is visible, and in the other you will have needed to have signed into your Google Drive account and created a folder, which you can do easily by clicking New Folder, labeled Research Paper Stuff, and within that folder you'll need to create a document called Works Cited, which you can do very easily by clicking New and choosing Docs. So once you have those things, come back, but you might want to stop the video and get them done before you proceed. Alright, now I'm assuming that you're back and that we're looking at the course module together, and you'll see before you do any other deep dish research, look at my list of sources, because if you're doing any of the common branches of research for this paper, like high school or college education, any kind of physical condition, mental issues, homelessness, human trafficking, bullying, foster children, you might find that there's something that you can work with here. I've been particularly good at finding sources that explain how difficult a particular problem is for Mississippi, the Mississippi statistics. So look here before you do anything else, but once you've done that, you can move on to searching SIRS. Now, the quickest way to get to SIRS is that you can simply come to this module and then click the SIRS link and open it in a new window. And you could bookmark this if you're working from a laptop of your own and just be able to come back to it at any time. Now, SIRS is one of those web database collections that's kind of funny because it can either give you nothing or give you tons and tons of stuff. It just depends on your topic and where you're looking for stuff and your angle. So you have two ways to look in SIRS. One is a plain old-fashioned search box, and the other is, if you scroll down, you'll see that they have collections of articles on a lot of issues. So I'm going to play around here and just look up, how about bullying? Okay. And SIRS, when you do find good stuff, it tends to give you the national scene. So if you're looking for examples of how other states are dealing with your problem, SIRS is probably going to be a better resource for that than for any other question you might have about the issue. So when you go to a collection of articles, there's always what they think of as a leading issue or essential question, and they give 3 articles pro and 3 articles con that question. But if that's not your question, don't despair, because if you scroll down, you'll find that there are tons of articles on your issue, and they may come at it from an angle that interests you and works for your paper. Okay, so I am going to choose an article just to show you what 3 things you'll need if you use an article from SIRS. So I'm going to click here, and we're going to imagine that I have read this article and that I've decided that I want to cite something from it, maybe a statistic. So you need 3 things from the article. The first is, if you scroll all the way down, you will find the MLA citation. Okay. And this is when having this tab up for research paper stuff stands you in good stead, because you can click on your little works cited page that you're creating, bring it up, copy and paste the works cited entry. You'll notice that I am skipping their web address, and I'll explain that in a second. And I'm just going to copy and paste this address Okay, so instead of the generic web address that they have, I'm going to go up to the top of the screen and get the real web address. So I'm going to copy and paste. And you'll notice that if you've ever done MLA before, this looks like a great big mess. It's, you know, the formatting's all wrong. But right now, we're not going to worry about that. We're going to deal with that a little later in the process, closer to the time to turn in the works cited page. So you need, those first two things, you need the MLA citation, including the real address. And then you need the article itself. So to do that, click Print. And I had kind of a funny adventure with this earlier. I was trying to make a screencast for you all. And here under Destination, you've got a number of possibilities. And it was defaulting to Microsoft Print to PDF. And that usually works just fine for me. But I'm working on a Microsoft Surface Pro. And for some reason, whenever I tried to print to PDF, the article would simply disappear. So I'm going to use Save as PDF, which I've discovered works. You might save it straight to Google Drive. It probably won't land in your research paper stuff folder, but it would be easy to move there. But I'm going to use Save to PDF because you all might be on a computer where you're not synced into Google Drive, or you may just be refusing to use Google Drive, which I think is a bad idea, but you know, that may be you. So I'm going to click Save as PDF, and then I'm going to click Save. Personally, I like to save these things straight to the desktop because I'm about to move it into my Google Drive, and it's very easy to see where it was. Okay, I like to use the author's last and first names, or even just the initial. Okay, so Howard, fewer teens having sex and using drugs. So that's desktop. We'll click Save. And then I'm going to go to Research Paper Stuff, go to New, go to File Upload, go to Desktop. There's my article. I can double click it, and you'll see in a second that it will appear in my Research Paper Stuff folder. Ah, here it is. Okay. So that's going to be the whole article. And you want to have your own copy of the article, because remember, at the end of this process, at the end of the whole paper, you're going to be giving me your sources, not only in a works cited page, but you'll be giving me a print copy of the pages from the sources that you use where you're highlighting anything that you've cited. So that's why you're going on and saving everything now. Save the works cited entry, save the article, just save it. You can always delete stuff later if you find better things, but it's 20 times easier to save it up front than to think, oh yes, I saw that article about something somewhere, and be hunting it. It's very frustrating. That's the first half of this, showing you where my personal sources are that you can use, and showing you how to use SIRS. So I'm going to stop the video now and do a part 2 showing you EBSCOhost.